Kim G.
Hey,
What's up, my man?
where are you?
We just made it through the gate.
Sit there for a second. You'll see me in 90 seconds.
Oh, Kim G. My anchor, Kim. My anchor.
So we have a barky little dog, but he calms down fast. It's all cherry.
Wow.
And look at all the different little pieces. Isn't that cool? And did you see the Bob Hope?
That's amazing.
So Bob was one of our many celebrities here. So I'm in a thrift store, and that thing comes in the back donation door, and I go, I gotta buy that.
Oh, I love it.
And the thrift store guy goes, it just came in, we haven't priced it yet. And you said, you don't understand, I have to buy that. And he goes, okay, how about 39 bucks? So I don't know how valuable it is, but it's worth more than 39 bucks. The studio's all torn up at the moment. Here's my lobby. I gave my receptionist the day off. Come on in. I call this piece pairings. So we have boy on boy, we have girl on girl, and those are two of the Spice Girls. And down there we have boy on girl, and she's black, and then we have boy on Santa Claus. Okay, so here we have killing seas, killing birds, back here killing bees, killing livestock, and drilling our planet to its demise. Calling this piece Fallen Comrade, the male ego. And look at the dude in the back. As you can imagine, I found a whole bunch of these at the thrift store. I've had a couple shows already. I've sold about 15 pieces. 2 more upcoming. Oftentimes they get so much shit donated that the volunteers don't have time to dig through the bags and boxes. So as you'll see, this is
like
total chaos.
Raw thrifting.
Anything you'd use at a bar except glassware, like corkscrews and shit like that. I make stuff out of that. By this house right now, Unbridled Enthusiasm Cup. Small bag of ice.
Like no one ever decided that there would be Clem Snide. You know, it just sort of kept happening. Clem Snide was always just a ragtag assemblage of friends from Boston, basically, that we'd all kind of lived together, you know, musician, artist types. In New York, I definitely started taking it more seriously. You know, I was working all kinds of jobs and lived in abject poverty. But we had the band, and we concocted this sound. It was kind of unique, you know, not to, whatever, it wasn't how groundbreaking it was, but we started doing gigs out there, and we started doing pretty well, you know, people started turning up. And it was your night to shine. For your heart I did mine. And then we got the attention of legendary Seymour Stein, and so he signed us to Sire Records, and so we were off and running. We managed to tour, yeah, we played on Conan O'Brien.
Perform a song from their critically acclaimed new album, The Ghost of Fashion. Please welcome Clem Snide.
When it's my moment in the sun. And there was this one moment, there was a moment. Oh, how beautiful I'll be. We were kind of hot for a second there, and then 9/11 hit. And not only did it kind of devastate our big, you know, coast-to-coast tour to promote this record, but then afterwards, it seemed like the climate, you know, the culture had sort of shifted, and our type of sort of snarky kind of irony, I don't even know, you know, there was a real push against it. And each tour, you know, with each year, just got like the money got less, and it was like a slow motion kind of accident. That's when everybody got fired, except for me, because I couldn't fire myself. I just had to figure out a way to make it work.
Left onto 200 West. Destination will be on the left.
Oh, here already. Well, yeah, the home show is more like a party. It's like a party, and I'm the guest of honor, you know? And so I just show up, and I just take out my guitar and start playing, and then just hang out. So it's cool, you know. It's a unique relationship, I think, and I don't think I would have been able to cultivate those kind of relationships if I wasn't, you know, if I was just playing big venues and. Man, what the fuck, man? This is why I regret not getting the insurance on the car. It's in these little simple moments. Darling, take that noise. People that have been with me for, I mean, some of them like more than 10 years now. When I tour with Ben Folds, like he doesn't really interact with his fans very much. You know, they wait outside, maybe he'll sign a couple things. I mean, the sort of gap between the artist and fan is vast. You know, the moat between them. But for me, the moat was like much smaller. And so we could both cross it, and I think we both benefited from it, ultimately. Emerge like lightning flashing. You know, people take it as an opportunity to kind of unburden themselves. And we tend to have more like meaningful, kind of deep conversations. Maybe because we don't really know each other. Like, so the universe has been around for 15 billion years, and now here we are, like, we're sort of the culmination of that 15 billion year process. So it stands to reason that within us, in our deepest, like, unconscious, is all the knowledge of the universe. Like, songs have always, like, they've always existed, and some people are just able to just pull them out and make them exist like in this sort of space-time, you know, sort of reality. Artistically, I think the more I'm able to just not even be myself, to just be like this kind of open space of awareness, that then things just come in, you know. It's like you open the door, you open the like floodgates, and shit just starts like pouring in. Oh my Lord God, truth is I have no idea where I am to go. myself. And also, God, when I am speaking to you, I will sometimes feel as though it's only me that's listening. So tell me something sweet in the whispering wind. Sound the words inside me and let my eyes finally see clear. So I remember that night very vividly where I kind of made like a promise to myself. I made a vow, you know, that this is what I would do, and like for better or for worse.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Welcome.
Karen.
How are you? Good to see you.
See you too.
Yay.
Yeah.
Dude, let's do a selfie real quick. Ooh, Doctor, good to see you. If you notice the shirt, yeah, this is old one.
Appreciate
All right, buddy. Looking forward to it.
All right,
Sorry, buddy.
You have to go into the unknown. Like you have to risk something if you hope to come back with something new and meaningful. Like if you're just sitting at home, being comfortable, surrounded by, you know, comfort and convenience, then you just fall into a kind of pleasant, like consumptive state of being. And on the surface, it certainly appears enviable. And that seems like that's what most people kind of strive for. But in a way, you're just painting the bars of your prison gold. If you want to bust out, you have to go out into this sort of big wide world. And that's pain. Now it got serious.
That is really weird. Okay, that has never happened before.
You get some candles out.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it would be dark for a
Oh,
second.
yeah.
No, like 18 phones lit up. Alright, we've defeated the darkness, clearly. You truly were a rainbow in the dark. Gave off spark, trash fire in the park. Like life is suffering. Like life is supposed to be a challenge. Like that's the point of it. And that's where you get, like your meaning from it is in the, it's like it's always pushing against you. Like you gotta just keep pushing that rock up the hill, you know, like that. There's no escape from that, you know, because if you get everything you want, then you'll just be bored, you know. That's like there's no utopia, you know. There's just there's like this constant, because reality is constantly unfolding. It's every moment is a new moment, you know, and you have to, and at every moment you're like a little part of you dies and another part of you is born. After the rumble, we'll find a spot to nurse our wounds. Please don't push so hard. I won't rest until the pain is memorized. The door was unlocked all along, so I confess to casting some shadows here and there. My heart a little less than strong. Little less than strong. Having been friends with various musicians and artists pretty much since I was in junior high, nobody makes it. Whenever I started thinking about giving up on it, it just felt like death. Like I could never accept that. Even if all signs pointed in that direction. And that was as much out of just fear and desperation than any kind of like courageous, it wasn't even like I believed in my own music so much. It was more like I just have to do it.
They're going where they said they want us to meet them.
It's pretty grim in there. A lot of times I don't even want to do it. There's been days when I'm like, oh God, I can't stand the sound of my own voice. It's just about doing it. Just keep doing it, and like I can't stop.
With your light, will not make a sound.
But I can't give it up. I just can't. I've devoted my life to this. What does that mean? Like, what's it worth?
Foot and light-hearted, I take to the open road.
To make music and try and connect with people that way. That's how I do it.
Healthy, free, the world before me.
Without that, I feel so disconnected.
The long, round path before me, leading wherever I choose.
I need that connection with humanity in that way.
Henceforth, I ask not good fortune.
It's just the way that I do it.
I am good fortune. Henceforth, I whimper no more.
Me and my friends used to climb the top of that tree in junior high. Instead of going to school, we would meet at the top of the tree and then watch for his parents to drive away and then go back to his house. So yeah, this is not my house. I made that clear that I've never really lived in this house. Shit. Nowhere to call home. No place called home.
We spoke with him Hebrew and he answered English. So he said, that's it. That's it.
Now, it took me a long time to feel comfortable speaking to him in English. I still feel like he doesn't even understand what I'm saying.
And
I'm sure he does.
Like, my grandparents are Holocaust survivors, right? So my grandparents were young and they're living in Poland. My grandfather was on one. My grandfather helped smuggle. He was basically like a human smuggler. He helped smuggle people into Israel.
He came
for Jews, yeah.
with a small boat that they used to bring and to transfer pigs.
He actually jumped off of one of the boats, that was being held at the harbor there in Tel Aviv, and like about to be sent back to wherever, Germany or Poland. And he jumped and like swam. He swam. That's how we got into Israel. He swam into Israel. Anyway, and they were religious Jews in that sort of old country way. And the Holocaust turned them into like atheists. Like they rejected. Like one of their kind of responses to the experience was to reject God. Not just to be like, I don't believe in God, or I'm agnostic. It was like a rejection.
When you were 6, and during the war, the Independence War, and his father was, there was like in a firefight basically, and he tell him how you tell him.
So they have one big building, two stories building, with good heavy walls. Few fighters laying and shooting through the windows that they put, and we are playing around them, kids. And I remember one of the fighters shooting over there, and he finished all the bullets, and he started to shout, "Bring me more bullets," or something like this. And as he said it, he got bullets in his mouth. And I saw this, and I was so scared that I started to run downstairs.
And they took their, you know, their Judaism or their whole sense of like self or identity, and they just sort of retooled it into being Israeli, being like, they changed their names. They stopped speaking their language, just transformed themselves, and then tried to kind of forget the fact that all the horrible things that, I mean, with my grandparents, I think it was more like a survivor's guilt, because they, you know, they left behind their families and they never saw them again.
So my mother asked me, "What do you want me to do to stop, to calm you down, stop crying?" So I told her I sing the lullaby that my father used to sing.
You should play that one.
You remember the chords? I have the chords.
So then my parents were sort of raised in that spirit, and so my parents were also very much like atheists, just by default. And so I was kind of raised that way too. But I don't know, but it never sat well with me.
I know it's A minor. All Jewish music has lots of A minor.
Yeah.
And I just always, I was just always yearning for something more satisfying than that. So as far as my kind of spiritual journey, I think a lot of it has to do with reconciling that and trying to find some kind of redemption out of that. I went into my adulthood very just nihilistic and very cynical. And, you know, I'm not proud of it, you know, like I realized that I wasn't even like a really good nihilist. Like I was almost disappointed in myself that I couldn't be more self-destructive. I wanted to kind of burn it down, but I was like too scared to burn it down. So I was in this kind of pathetic sort of inner conflict that I think I finally resolved like in my late 20s.
Yeah. I started here. I think you started here.
נעשה את זה אחרת, נעשה את זה עם הפלייבק,
No, I got it. No, we just got to.
For the next 10 years, it was good. Like my late 20s, my late 30s I'd say it was pretty good, for the most part. But then it was time for like another painful transformation. Oh yeah, then my mother died, and that kind of put a crimp in my good times a little bit. And then we had our first kid, and then that kind of changed everything. And then we moved to Nashville. And then after being in Nashville for 5-6 years, you know, like things weren't going well for me at all. And it was, we got foreclosed on. We lost our house, and I had to declare bankruptcy. And all that happened like right when I turned 40. So I kind of went into my 40s like a failure, you know, not like a triumph at all. Like everything that I'd worked on throughout my 20s and 30s had seemingly sort of come to nothing. Like that's where I was at. And it felt like death. It felt like a death, you know. It felt the same as it did when my mother died. Like I was mourning.
This is the song that I asked my mother to sing. This is a lullaby. Okay.
אבל יופי, סבא.
Like I wrote that song, I Love the Unknown, when I was 26 years old, And in a way that, like, as the years have gone by, I've understood, like, I understand it more and more in a way what I was, you know, I didn't, at the time, I don't think I thought about it too deeply, just sort of wrote it down.
When I am revealing my heart, because I love the unknown, I love the unknown. He said he loves the unknown, because I love the unknown, I love the unknown. He said he loves.
Because I wasn't, like, I didn't have any real tradition kind of downloaded, you know, sort of into my programmed into my mind as a child, whatever. So I'm drawn towards a sense of God as yeah, God is simply that which lies forever just beyond the limits of what we already seem to know. It's something that can never be known, and yet you're always trying to kind of approach that mystery, and things are revealed to you, you know, and things do happen. The unknowing doesn't fill me with despair as much as curiosity, and I just want to get as deep into every moment as I can. Like, I want to just fall back into the kind of mystery of my being. That's why I feel like I'm just falling, you know. There's a sense of, like, there's a new song on the record. It's called The Ballad of Eve Barzelay. That's what I came to realize, is that, you know, I took that trust fall backwards. I just ignored those howling sounds, and as I kept on falling, I came to realize there was no ground.
Once, when I was young, I even dared to think that I could take my whole life if I chose.
It's a lot more mysterious than we could ever even begin to comprehend. Like, I'm sort of mystified by my own consciousness. Yeah, that my consciousness is definitely something deeper and more eternal than the brain just firing up. And like, yeah, and like, magical shit has happened to me too, which has confirmed to me that there's some deeper order that I want to just try and be more, like, attuned to, you know, in my thoughts and actions. But the answer is always outside of yourself. It's like, you know, don't be afraid to hop the fence and run out into the wilderness, you know, like, leave the gated community of your mind and see what lies beyond, you know. I mean, yeah, do that, like, literally in the world is good to do it, but also, you know, within yourself. Good things happen, magical things happen.
I took that trust fall backwards. I just ignored those howling sounds.
I started believing in miracles, and that's kind of been how it's worked out for me. Like, it's been a kind of a ebb and flow of, like, things not working out and despair, and then some kind of miraculous thing sort of appearing out of the despair, but then that sort of fizzling out and then back into the despair. It's been like 20 years of that. God, it's tiring, man. Again, you know, things were looking super bleak, you know. Do I go back to school? Like, I don't even know where to begin, man. God damn. And that's when it came to my attention that Scott Avett was a big fan. About 4 years ago, a super fan that we've met, who's hosted many a home show, sent me a link to a video of Scott Avett playing a Clem Snide song like at one of their concerts. And then another fan, I think, sent me something like right around the same time of him being interviewed on some radio program talking about Clem Snide.
So one of the local radio stations, 88.9, does a 5 songs we can't stop listening to segment.
Okay.
And so they had Scott Avett on it talking about music that he was listening to. And so one of the groups he was listening to at the time was Clem Snide. It was the only band that he elaborated on. And then at one of his shows, and I forget what it was, but 2017, he covered God's Love, I think, in one of the Avett Brothers shows.
To look yourself dead in the eye, and the emptiness we feel inside. Well, would you believe that's where God's love, that's where it hides? I did not write this song.
You're singing it well.
It's a Clem Snide song if y'all want to go check it out.
So I'd sent Eth the link to the 88.9 blurb that was on their website and sent him the link to his cover.
So, all of a sudden, Scott Avett is a big fan. And, I had not have a whole lot going on at that point. I went through official channels, and he wrote back. He got right back to me and said what a big fan he was.
Everybody wants to start grabbing their seats here soon. He's going to start.
And then we started talking on the phone. Gradually, I somehow enticed him, to make a record with me. That was really kind of a miracle, because the he's a busy dude, man. Really. He's got his own band. He paints. He's like a serious painter. He's got 3 young kids. Why does he have time to make some whole other record with this dude that he doesn't even know? And then we put together some sessions. We started at his house there at his studio. So we did it, and so here we are now. Where the record's about to be released, in about a month, and as you can expect, a lot of exciting things are happening as a result.
You really Mark was really the person that told you about it?
Mark said, I don't know if you know this, but yeah.
Right. I was like, I think that it's Mark is pretty much responsible for me.
I'm gonna take credit, whether it's not me. Those are facts that just happened.
Absolutely do take credit for it, because it was
So when is the album? February, March is the album coming out?
March, yeah.
Okay.
March 27th is the release date. I think, we can, I think ultimately what brought us together is, I think we're both trying to do like a similar thing with, we're trying to, in our own humble way, we're trying to re-enchant the world. You know what I'm saying? God, right as I said that, my mouth kind of went all loose, like I was about to start crying. We're trying to re-enchant the world in our own humble way. Reunite heaven and earth.
I've been afraid of losing.
Well, as you can well imagine, the global pandemic had some very unfortunate timing.
Everything that I've worked to become,
As far as my record release goes.
I've been dying slower than I should.
And the record's coming out on Friday. But we had to cancel the spring tour.
Breathing that sanitized oxygen.
We had to cancel those dates with Avett.
Denial.
It's hard to talk about all this because I haven't processed it.
Defying demons lie.
Right now, we're just right in the eye of the storm.
In the way.
And there's just so much uncertainty.
Of the morning light.
All right, this is it.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited that tomorrow is the official release date for Forever Just Being On by Clem Snide.
I mean, yeah, it's forcing people to be more contemplative and more, they got nothing to do, they're gonna have to go for long walks. And maybe, I don't hope for people to die
at the dawn of delusion.
But if at the end of all this, the culture itself becomes more serious,
my mind is finally right.
Or not serious, but like less frivolous.
At the death of a father,
people take life more seriously. People start thinking about like deeper, things.
The sun has finally come to life.
Instead of all the frivolous shit that we're just bombarded with constantly.
Denial.
I think we were due for something like that,
Rely on Jesus Christ.
I'm such a fan. I think Eve is brilliant in the way that he reveals his life to all of us. I think that he is such a contributor to this world and this life, and the way that he is so candid about his spiritual journey.
And so if you try and make the darkness and the unknown holy, then man, you go through life in a much better state of mind.
You got a C on you?
Did you know these were Roger Eberstein words? Did you know these were Roger Eberstein words?
The one thing that I would say about Clem Snide and Eve Barslow is that people should listen and pay attention, because you're a good student of life.
It's all elaborate.
My feelings about wanting to do something just with you, wanting to be close to that, they were completely natural, and they were all about what I heard spiritually in song through you.
Wrote in a note that he passed to his wife as he felt himself shedding the skin of this life. It said, there is a vastness that can't be contained or described as a thought in the flesh of our brain. It's everything, everywhere, future and past, dissolving together in an eternal flash. No words to say that he loved her so much. His hand seemed to pass through whatever it touched, and the credits that rolled listed all of God's names as images floated away from their frames. From their frames. Did you know these?
When we started writing songs together, that was one thing that I really conceptualized and ran with, thinking, well, there's a character between the two of us that we're writing for, in a way. I mean, Eve is the pawn for that. He's the one that's going to sing him. It's him. But it felt like as we're crowding around this thing, there's a collective character. There's a union there. And so then you've got this spiritual, and that's Clem's night, I guess. You know, that's Clem. I really loved that. I really got cozy with that idea.
Yeah, so you know the story was supposed to be the record comes out, and then we do our big tour, and we had all those shows lined up with Scott, but you know, a certain pandemic broke out, and so yeah, all the tour was canceled, and but now here we are, and we're just doing these private backyard shows, and it's actually working out pretty nicely. For me, from the way reality has played out for me, is always like there's some good and there's some bad. You know, it's always this mix. There's never, it just sort of toggles back and forth. And I would tell you, if you're asking me if I'm happy and if I feel like I'm successful, I would say not necessarily, but if we were sitting backstage somewhere in a small theater, about 200 or 300 people that were all really into the music, and I just did a good show in that kind of situation, then I would feel like I had made it, you know, because I want to just play for, yeah, it doesn't have to be more than a few hundred people that really like the music. I feel good, like more than anything, I feel like I feel good about what I'm doing.
I think this is just a really fun way to break out of everything that we've been doing, and let's do exactly the opposite thing. Let's get together, let's hear some live entertainment. And I can't think of a better person to bring this in than our man Eef Barzilay. I've been a huge fan for many years. He's just a phenomenal songwriter, lyricist. 11 albums to his credit with his band and 3 solo efforts. I know you're gonna love it. Let's give him the 49408 welcome. Put your hands together for Eef Barzilay.
Oh man, thank you, Scott, so much.
Well beyond the fray, shed our flesh to sky, let everything go, no need to eulogize,
I've had a tremendous amount of good fortune sort of coincided with COVID for me, so in some ways I lost a lot, and I lost some, you know, I could have done some great shows with Avid that were canceled, but yeah, it's been a really productive time for me this past year.
well beyond the heartache that this life will bring, well beyond the bitter taste it leaves.
You can't really tell your story until you're dead, and then you're dead, so you know who's going to tell your story. But you know, at the halfway mark, you can kind of turn around and look back and start to kind of piece it together. So yeah, so I'd say the last couple of years, it's been kind of like a finally emerging from this, you know, a time of just uncertainty. Pedal board, dude. And so throughout all that, I got it into my head that I should have like a powerful, you know, psychedelic kind of experience. I had some psilocybin mushrooms, and so I did it. You know, I made like a tea. Part of the experience is that as it starts kicking in, that part of your brain that tells stories, you know, that like makes sense of your reality, the narrator. I felt some deeper voice within me tell the narrator that he wasn't needed right now. It's everything. It's physical, it's emotional, and it's spiritual. Like it's, because all those things are the same, you know. That's the thing. It's as we separate everything, our mind separates everything, and so it's it's like delighting in a kind of reality of non-separateness. But what's even sweeter than that, and this is where it starts to get kind of mysterious and metaphysical, is that like within that non-separateness is a profound feeling of just love, of just like I felt such love for everybody I'd ever known. So I just wanted to like spill out onto everybody.
How many people are you guys expecting?
They said they sold 100 in advance, which is like a good problem to have. So that's why they weren't going to let us take that table for the merch.
Ain't it always pride? Sours up the deal. And then the sun goes. My experience of myself is more like mysterious, you know, like I feel like, to me, like just being alive is kind of mysterious. And I'm always trying to figure out like who I am.
Did you know we were talking?
Very nice. Thanks for coming out. That's Mason. Yeah. I'm from Greenville. My name's Eve. I'm Snide. Whatever you want to call me. And we're just gonna play some songs for you. I hope you enjoy them. Here's the first. Like more and more, it feels beyond me or beyond my control. And I'm just sort of caught up in it. The pain that I've experienced with it over the years, maybe when I was trying to swim sort of against the current or something, you know, and just not being able to hold on to anything. So I think, yeah, for me, it's more than just a music career. Like I never thought much about a career. I think it was more just a kind of a way to be in the world and to understand myself and just what I'm supposed to do in this world.
If you are a surfer, called to ride the waves, you gotta be about as numb as you are brave. Keep still, patient. You gotta move fast. Stay fixed now in that moment. Make eternity last. I am a surfer, but never been on a board. Got caught in the undertow once, so I'll just stay offshore. But I'm cast in silver, one with the breeze. What moves the ocean is what lives in me. What moves the ocean is what lives in me.
Like your pain in life, I think a lot of it comes from when you're not sure what your purpose is or when you doubt your purpose. Or so the sooner you just kind of know what it is and then commit to it fully. I think once you do that, I really think that, like, yeah, that God, you know, the universe, like, kind of hops in shotgun and sort of helps you navigate that.
Some holy surfer is what I hope to be. Pray for that perfect wave, set my spirit free. Pray for that